A cross, by simple definition, is a geometric figure consisting of two lines that intersect each other. But as we will see, these lines have taken on various configurations and customs throughout history. You'll find there is no simple definition for such a powerful symbol.
So many of the symbols that we would think mean one thing today might have meant something else to other people in times past.
As history proves, it is not bound by mere geometry, nor is its shape the true power of its presence. For the cross is an image like no other, its power evident within our most cherished works. And when he had called the people unto him with his disciples also, he said unto them, Whosoever will come after me, let him deny himself, and take up his cross, and follow me. The cross is one of the most important symbols of mankind, a symbol of eminence around the world.
I just want to know medical history, just in case. I have no idea, so. And then you did.
As we stand between the earth and the stars with arms outstretched, it is the form of a cross that connects us. Leonardo da Vinci's Vitruvian Man, illustrated around 1490, is stated within his notes to be a study of the human body as described in a treatise by the ancient Roman architect Vitruvius. It is a visual example of the blend of art and science.
From the tip of your fingers to the other tip of the fingers, the same as your height. So many arm lengths equals a leg. So many interesting mathematics.
But is it not also a vivid example of man's own architecture as a universal symbol of a cross? For over 2 billion Christians, their Savior is a man who died on the cross.
I think the reason that mankind is connected to symbol is because something very important happened there. At the cross is what I'm speaking of. And it's not so much the symbol of the cross that's important to me as a Christian, it's the event, it's what took place there. It's the death of Jesus Christ. And not only the death, it was the fact that at that place, he took on himself the sin of mankind. He paid our debt, so to speak. And so I think it's a point that draws men together because we need forgiveness.
Since that fateful day in 33 AD, the image of the crucifixion has been the obsession of some of the most passionate artists in history. But long before, a carpenter was crucified on what is now widely known as the Latin cross. Etched in long-forgotten stones may very well be man's first recordings of the image that has compelled people to revolt, countries to rise, and destinies to change. Nestled in the Pyrenees Mountains of northern Spain and southern France, deep within caves inhabited over 27,000 years ago, descendants of prehistoric man, the Basque people, speculated to be refugees from the lost city of Atlantis, left behind their symbol of life, death, and prosperity, the Lau-Baru. The four-legged Basque cross, or Lau-Baru, bears a strong resemblance to another symbol appearing in southeastern Europe around 5000 BC. Preserved on pottery found around the Balkan region, the swastika first appears as part of the Vinca script. This script, believed to be a writing system of the Vinca culture, was given its name after a suburb of Belgrade, where in 1908 several artifacts were found by a notable archaeological excavation in the region. Around 2000 BC, the swastika appears again on pottery found in the Sintashta settlement of western Russia. Again, the symbol will appear in Bronze and Iron Age designs of the northern Caucasus and Azerbaijan, as well as Scythian and Sarmatian regions. However, it does not seem to occupy any position of significance in these cultures. It will be with Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism that the swastika will have a sacred place. From Hindu festivals to the temples they surround, the swastika enriches every aspect of their lives. Facing right, the symbol represents the evolution of the universe. Facing left, the involution, or simply the process by which the universe is created. Buddhism, founded by a Hindu prince, inherited the swastika, incorporating it into many scriptures, art, and architecture. Due to the right-facing swastika's association with Nazism, most Buddhist swastikas, after the mid-20th century, face left. In Jainism, it represents the symbol of the seventh saint, the Tirthankara Suparshva. Such a sacred sign thus adorns Jain temples, holy books, and the opening and closing of ceremonies. Many theories try and explain the swastika's ubiquitous origin, but none more interesting than that of the suggestion it was born from the night sky, or more precisely, a comet flying through the night sky. It is suggested that a comet could have approached Earth so close that the remnants of its gas, bent by its own rotation, became visible to inhabitants across the landscape, which led to the adoption of this symbol across so many varied regions. The Han Dynasty's ancient Chinese manuscript, known as the Silk Comet Atlas, offers support of this theory, with the swastika-like image as one of several comet tail drawings. Even with such historical recordings, we may never know for sure the origin of the swastika's design. We will, however, see it reappear from its tranquil roots, taking a dark turn in history. The religious meanings of the swastika symbol were subverted in the early 20th century when it was adopted as the emblem of the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Their idealism, Nazism, stated that the historical Aryans were the forefathers of modern Germans, proposing that Germany was predestined to control the world. The swastika, having been associated with the Aryan people by the German archaeologist Heinrich Schielmann, was used to emphasize this mythical Aryan-German connection. Since World War II, Westerners often mistakenly see the swastika solely as a Nazi symbol.
A lot of people equate it with a swastika, more or less a soft swastika. But again, even with the swastika, it's a symbol that's changed in the minds of people in the last 60 years because of political events in Europe. And before that, it was used in a number of cultures, decoration, artwork. For instance, in the Buddhist culture, you know, going to the right, you pick up good things and hope and favor and luck, and the other way, death and distress. And so the symbol's been used a lot, but I think in the minds of most people today, especially Europe and American, it goes back to World War II, and that's kind of where it stops for most people.
But until it reached the twisted hands of Hitler and his Nazi party, the swastika held only a sacred place in history. Like the Labaru, it's often associated with luck and prosperity, evoking a sense of motion in the design, as does the modern-day Cross of Atlantis. Drawing from Plato's description of the fabled city of Atlantis, secular groups claiming spiritual connection with the lost city have taken up their Cross of Atlantis. Oddly enough, some 5,000 years before Plato, in the southwestern corner of Utah, Native Americans left behind a pictograph of a similar symbol. Not but a few hundred miles away, rock carvings depict similar images with an interesting addition: a circle with several lines drawn from the center.
In the Negev Desert was one of the cities of the Nabateans, and there were actually carvings there too, stone carvings, crosses in some of the stone carvings too. Most of that's attributed though to the Byzantine period when they actually became Christianized and had churches there also.
Similar designs will be seen again and again as history unfolds. From crude carvings to standing stones, the crossed circle will stand the test of time.